Hey guys, this is Hell Hades. This is a Raid Shadow Legends video. Guys, every now and then a champion gets a buff and they go from the meme, from the Vault Lord into meta play. And I think we've just had an example of that right now. Some previous ones, you've got Tomb Lord coming out the vault doing all sorts of crazy. You've got Draco coming out the vault. He used to be terrible. Then he went into being one of the best legendaries you can get. Mashold. I literally had 2 copies of Mashold. I tried so hard to make Mashold good, but he was awful. Then he got the mother of all buffs and became one of the best legendaries in the game. I think today we're going to see another one of those crazy transformations of someone who was okay into someone who is absolutely godlike. Let's get on to my man, Cupidus. He's actually my only +4 champion I've got on the account. So when I saw he was getting this big buff, I was like, damn, I am excited for this one. So let's just run through what they've actually done. There was a Venus change at the same time, and Venus and Cupidus have got synergy. So just the fact that Venus got a buff means that means that Cupidus becomes stronger. Yeah, Venus and Cupidus together is way better than just Cupidus on his own. So Venus getting a buff as well is strong, but they buffed the 2 of them together, and this is a significant Cupidus buff. Honestly, it is big. So Cupidus info here, we've got his second skill, his A2, was changed. So it used to be a 3-hit at random, which was quite good as like a arena finisher if you had one person to hit, or quite good against bosses if you've just got one single target and you're laying in damage. Yeah, it was good for Fire Knight. It was good in certain situations, but ultimately, I don't think it's as good as it is right now. So it's changed from that kind of random hit to an AoE, when booked, 100% chance to give an HP burn. So that's even if Venus isn't around. We've got another AoE HP burner. For Spider, it's freaking awesome. For Hydra, it's really good. For Sorath, really good. Yeah, there's a number of places where it just straight up scales to be a stronger ability. It's also had its damage multiplier increase. I'm going to go into the numbers of that in a second. But again, it's a significant change. So that's pretty cool. And then he's got his passive here has been changed. So the new version, he straight up does 25% more damage. Venus has to be on the same team for this stuff to work, by the way. Attacks inflict 25% more damage when she's around. Always counterattacks when attacked. No cooldown. This is nuts. This is an absolutely nutty passive all of a sudden. When Venus is on the team, I will show you this in action, especially for the arena, but also for other areas of the game. Spider, Hydra, like same type of stuff we just spoke about, makes him insane for some of these areas. Yeah, so whereas before, Venus had to be on the same team and there had to be debuffs out there for that damage to go up, now she just has to be on the same team. She could be dead for all I care. We get the 25% damage anyway. It's a massive, massive buff in terms of this cohesion, in terms of this synergy between these 2 champions. So let's get into some of the maths before I actually show you him in action. So yeah, Saphira from HH Gaming has kind of looked at the background numbers, all of the multipliers and stuff for us, and has had a look at the A2, which is where the damage has changed, right? We've now got an AoE nuker instead of someone who is doing kind of random weird hits. Cupidus really used to be known for his A1 being an AoE hit, and maybe you'd run him in a blender team. Yeah, that was kind of it. Or he would come in with Venus and do some okay damage in Hydra, in fairness. All of that's gone up. But his A2 here, this is his damage numbers without Venus in the team. So without 25% more damage. Okay, and we've got here Cupidus, Spirit Affinity. So you've got Ruel as the kind of king of the nukes, but hard to set up. Might be a bit easier now that Hex is worthwhile. You still kind of need a Hex champion that puts Hex out and boosts Turn Meter at the same time. When we've got one of those, Hex might be a thing, to be honest. Hefrak comes in now as second largest damage dealer. We'll kind of look at this kind of plat arena damage column as a good indicator. Trunda then comes in with an ability. Constantine is actually up there next. Shemnath is actually in the mix here, the new Knight Rev. So that's interesting. Then you've got the kind of like Ethos crew, yeah? Ethos was like then the next in that kind of group. Cupidus is actually up there as a higher damage dealer with the A2 before he gets 25% more damage. So if we give him another 3,000, he actually jumps up above Constantine as well as just behind Trunda. Top 4 damage nukers and the highest damage spirit champion behind Ruel. And as we said, Ruel needs a bit of setup to make that work. So that's pretty exciting, right? And then the A1, which is the one that just goes off whenever he's done a counterattack, is actually up there in like the top 10 category as well. This is now a significant change in terms of the numbers in the background. Let's see what it looks like when we actually start playing the game. So to do this, I've built out a go second team. I've kind of copied the go second team that me and Rats worked on last weekend. So Yoshi, would you believe it? First time I ever used Yoshi was last weekend on my account, and turns out he's actually pretty damn amazing. So Yoshi comes in. Apparently this was a shinny comp which was built out a while back. I'd not really got on board with it, but there you go. It's a go second team. So we expect the enemy team to come at us. We let them do all their abilities. We let reaction sets wear off. Then we fire back. So Yoshi is my fastest champion at 181 speed. Basically built as a tank. Does have a bit of accuracy to land his True Fear, but he's all about the A3. He punches increase attack up, puts increased accuracy on our team, and can put a True Fear on the enemy. We then have our kind of net crit in the team to protect. So net crit in a big shield set. And he's basically throwing the protection on to our lowest HP champion, who's going to be Cupidus and Nuka. And basically, he protects Cupidus so that he can take hits. And when Cupidus takes a hit, we now know he's going to counterattack. Yeah? So it's perfect. Perfect synergy there. We have to have Venus in the team. So compared to the team that I built with Rats, Venus is going to be doing the job that Madame was doing in that team, which is basically trying to clean off the enemy team's buffs. We hope that she gets an extra turn. It's only a 50%. If this was 100%, Plarium, do this. Make this a 100% chance of an extra turn. If you do that, then damn, this champion is the real deal. A 50-50 is a bit annoying. I know you love RNG, Plarium. Give us the 100% on this one. It's a Void Legendary. I know she's good anyway, but damn, that would be so much better. She then has this 100% chance to put decreased defense and weaken out. She's Void Affinity. So you kind of cleanse, then hope to put the debuffs out, and then Cupidus comes over the top with the big slams. So I've got her built. Again, she's slow. She's just behind my Yoshi, but with decent amount of accuracy in Stone Skin. Stone Skin's kind of like immunity set. Cannot be debuffed. You cannot have turn meter drop on you. Like, it's just a bonkers set, honestly. So yeah, net crit in a big shield set is going to protect my Cupidus. And then Cupidus, as my +4, is going full damage, baby. Yeah, full damage. We got 7.8k attack. It's a juicy number. We've got 314 crit damage. This is where I feel like I'm catching up to the big boys when I'm getting my +4 out. It's my only one. But damn, it is a sexy build in Cruel and Savage gear. So we're ignoring defense with that. He's going to do his counterattacks as well. We've got kind of Helm Smasher Mastery as well as the kind of normal damage masteries. I decided to take Stoke to Fury because I feel like we're going to get debuffs along the way at some point. Probably. So it might just give us a bit of extra damage. Although net crit does protect us from that. But it depends how long a fight goes on, right? So I put this on there as a possible. You could easily switch that out for Kill Streak. Maybe Kill Streak straight better. I took Methodical because I thought he's going to be doing his A1 a lot. So we're going to get 10% more damage eventually. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe straight up changing Stoke to Fury for Kill Streak would have been better. So before we get into the arena, I'm just going to throw him in Dragon, do my normal kind of damage test. Then we'll do some arena fights. After that, I'm going to be throwing him into Hydra and into Spider and show you kind of some different mechanics there as well. So I'm sure you know how this works by now. We're going to get our debuffs out there. Poison on us, poison on them, just to give us more damage. Someone said to me in my comments recently, like, can you stop putting in Gerp Tuck and Bad Ale and stuff? If I do that now, it kind of like, it basically writes off all the stuff I've done so far. So all I do is I do the same test every time. Therefore, it's always relative. Even if you don't have the champions, it doesn't matter. It's always relative to my setup, yeah? So you can just kind of like compare one to another. So when I looked at Trunda recently for the big hit, she had like a 400k. We're going to do the A1 first, which for an AoE, you know, for an A1, this is actually pretty juicy. We've got 300k on the A1. Oh, lordy. That's an A1 hit. That is actually ridiculous. That's actually ridiculous for an A1. That's not a counterattack. That's just straight up him doing the hit. If we counterattack, I would imagine we'll lose damage because of counterattack, like you normally would, right? So with counterattack, you lose, I think, 25% of your damage, if I'm not mistaken. So, damn, that's actually a big hit, though. That was bigger than I was expecting to see. And I've seen this guy playing a bit. He's in my best gear, don't forget. The A2, then, this is the ability that changed. This is the one that now ranks higher than Constantine in the damage charts. And he has got a 420 in there. 420k on the A2. It is big damage. That is large damage coming from the A2. And let's just check out his A3 as well whilst we're doing it. I don't think there's been any change to this A3. So it's a single target. It was always, decent enough hits. In fact, it was always a good hit. This was kind of like saving grace on bosses, honestly. But the A3, he does self-buff on the A3. So you come in, self-buff, and then pop! 840k. Okay, let's get into some arena gameplay then. So Yoshi, we just turn off his A2, and then we say first choice on your A3, sorry. Venus, we might need to do a bit of manual with Venus, because if there's buffs out there, I want her to use buff cleanse as A1, as our first choice, and then put out the debuffs as like second choice. Net crit, I want him to do his ally attack first choice, because we're basically trying to use Cupidus as much as we can. And then I guess for Cupidus, we're actually going to say use your A2 first choice. And I think we just lock out the A3, even though it's a big... No, maybe not. I don't know. Oh, it's tricky. I guess we leave it as is. Let's see how it runs. We maybe should just lock out his A3. Again, there might need to be manual intervention to decide when you're going to do certain stuff here. You'll notice that my Venus is my lowest HP champion. That's because I want all attacks focused on Cupidus. Yeah, anyone who attacks, I want him to come after Cupidus. He should be protected well enough to take the hit and then counterattack. So I'm coming in against a random team. I've not tried any teams yet, but this is what we're going against. A super tanky, high resistance team. It's kind of gross, honestly. We do have increased accuracy, though, from Yoshi. We're going to go full auto here and just see how it plays out. But ideally, whenever we take a hit, we should be able to, we should just be able to nuke back. Take a hit, counterattack, pop. We get the full cleanse there. We go for another little smack. Why not? Another little smack. How we doing? And so far, I mean, they're not getting a lot done. Let's be honest. So far, considering the type of team we're playing here, full tank team, they are not getting much work done. 35 seconds and down they go. And that is a strong opponent. I'll tell you that much. Let's try this one here. This could actually be a legit strat. This could be a legit strat in high-level arena, I think. Here we go again. Hit us. Don't worry, we're coming back. Hit us, Ray, with a big smack, to be fair. We're coming back at you. We've lost our net crit. We're going to put debuffs out now. Now it's our turn to play with the A2. 137 in your face, Ray. +4, Ray. Down you go. That's legit, actually. That is a legit strat. What about if we come up against a Warlord? So Warlord's going to lock me out. I feel like he could be an anti-Warlord champion because he only needs his A1. Warlord's lockout, don't forget, is a hit. Anything Kaimar ability is a hit. Warlord lockout is a hit. Hedgy type of fight is a hit. So all of these things, he's coming back. Look at it. It's disgusting. It's crazy town. What have you got against this champion? 270k Warlord. What have you got? Oh, he is pulverizing people right now. He's put them in the dirt. Let's see what it does against. So we've got Hedgy and Kaimar here. Kaimar could be a problem because of the strip. Woo! I don't have protection set, so Kaimar could strip me out. But we're going straight back at you after Hedgy. Kaimar does send him to sleep, so that's a bit annoying. Oh, but someone's waking him up. If you wake him up, he's coming back again. Watch out, Rotus. Here we go. There goes their revive. We're still waiting to actually get our turn. Here it is. Obviously, we can't do more than a half hit against the Rotus. He might be a problem for us. Ah, the first person to actually have a go is Rotus, in fairness. And now he's going to wreck us. But it's close, right? It's damn close. Yoshi, what have you got? Yoshi, what can you do? Not a lot, my friend. Not a lot. It's damn close. Like, even with the strip and the sleep. I guess that's probably the one thing to watch out for is the Kaimar sleep. That's the worst thing you can be up against. But if you think about Duchess being one of the most arena-heavy defense champions and Candy as well, we've got someone here who can actually come in and fight back. Duchess, we're not the weak affinity anymore, I'm afraid. I'm afraid that's not going to be enough. Strip those buffs. Oh, it's beautiful to see. It is a legit strat. I fancy building it on my main. I'm on the test server right now. I really fancy building this out on the main account or something similar, because I do think it's actually legit for high-level play. Maybe not top of plat. I'm not sure, honestly, but a +4 for me is actually my strongest damage champion. Yeah, Leo's is going to be, obviously, he's better in a sense, but this is disgusting. Like, even though we're locked out, he doesn't even care about that. He couldn't care less because he's just coming with the A1s. Oh, send me to sleep. No. Have a little turn in the turf, Sifi. Absolutely pulverizing people here. Absolutely wrecking face. +4, +3, +2. This is about as tanky as they come. This is not... This might be a loss, in fairness. This is about as disgusting as it gets. Yeah, stone skins are all on, fine. Take your time. Don't worry, take your time. We'll wait for you. We'll wait until you get going. And then we'll start with some pops. Oh, here we go. Hitting us, or are we hitting you? That's the question. We're going to clean off some buffs. We don't get our extra turn because of the 50-50. Oh, dear. Oh, dear, you're all dead. Apart from this very tanky girl. Duchess, get rid of that stone skin so we can actually do something, please. Very tanky. Okay, stone skin's gone. Oh, she's dead. She's dead. We got a chance. The tankiest team in the West are starting to drop. What else have you got? What else have you got? Net crit. What were you thinking coming at my Cupidus like that? He doesn't like it. Oh, they're all dead. They're all dead. Right, we're going to have a little pop at Hydra and see how we get on here. So we're going to use the new lizard guy for my kind of turn meter control. We've got Prisky in there because he's a beast. Just doing the provokes and stuff. Got Mithrala for my Hex. Yeah, we've got a big boy team here. Cantra to kind of help with the provoke stuff as well. Let's get AoE drop to speed and leech out there. Look at that. Juicy. Decreased defense and weaken. Do I want to do that first or perhaps the burn? No, we're going to decrease defense and weaken. And then I'm going to go for the HP burn from Cupidus. Get burns out. Really nice having two lots of burns. Every time they hit, we're countering back, which is damn good as well. Let's roll on these buffs. Still got our provoke out there. And I think from here I can go auto. So basically the idea here is every time we take a hit into Cupidus, he's going to counterattack with that slam. Plus we got burn from Venus, burn from Cupidus. Like, these two are absolute legends now when it comes to Spider. Not Spider, Hydra. Spider as well, to be fair. A chunky 470k. We've got the hexes out there, so that's spread into everybody else as well. And really from here, it's just like a rotation. I'm going to let this play through. I'll keep it. I'll let you see it, but I'll go through it like a quick pace without my ugly mug in the way. Well, it's starting to fall apart a bit, but I mean, we've hit the one key hard pretty much. Not far off it, I think, if we're not already there. And you can see he is doing work. He is doing a ton of work. I mean, the pair of them are, honestly, she's removing all these buffs they keep stealing. I don't have the best setup here. I've not like built the team that will beat all teams. It's a good team. It's not the best team in the world. And I've not geared everyone like specific Hydra builds. I just wanted to kind of get a feel for what can they do And I think they're going to be in some top teams for Hydra. Like, I just feel like anyone who's got this pairing, they're nuts. Him on his own, still an AoE HP burn, can definitely get into some of these Hydra teams, but the ability to just counter-attack all of these AoE hits that just keep coming in and then do really substantial damage when he's doing it, plus putting out a burn on all heads, which is one of the best ways to do damage in this game for late game stuff. It's like exceptional. You see the amount of times we're kind of getting heads close to being dead. Finally, we're dropping here, and that's going to be about that. Let's just end the battle there and keep the result. So Cupidus did 12 million, over half the damage from that whole run, just from Cupidus. So last thing for this video then, I just want to show you an alternative type of style here. We're going for Spiderling Tank Cupidus. So I've done Lifesteal Deer with an Immortal set. Basically, we've ripped a load of his damage away. I can't rip that much away because of my gear and because he's +4 and all that type of stuff, but we kind of take away a lot of the damage and we make him a bit of a tanky build. We still want him to land his HP burn, but we don't want him to throttle the Spiderlings every time he hits. I've gone War Master on this one because I want to do damage to the main spider when I retaliate. But the idea here is we have a bit of turn meter control. We come onto stage 25, and I'm thinking someone for speed control. Venus has to be on the team to get the retaliation going, but she's also a burn. We've got a burn here as well. And the idea here is that the Spiderlings basically kill themselves. They come after your Cupidus because he's the lowest HP and he's the negative affinity. We probably should set it up so that he just does his burn straight out. But ideally, we get the burns out. Whenever they move, the burns are doing the damage, and his retaliation hit does the damage in terms of a War Master chance. And we're just thinning the wave, if anything, I'm probably doing too much damage because I want that burn to be hitting. But basically, anytime a Spiderling moves, comes after my Cupidus, we burn it, and you kind of carry on. You don't need Lysandra in this team, but you do kind of need Venus and Cupidus. Cupidus on his own, by the way, will be good. Like, just an AoE HP burn is always good for Spider. It's always good for Sorath, any of those type of fights. But in particular, on this one, it's going to be solid. Question is now, do they still go after the guy that I want them to, or do they have this tasty little snack? Anyway, we got the burns going. I don't think it makes a difference. I don't think I need Lysandra anymore because these two are just going to do the job. Look how much damage we're doing. Quarter health gone. Keep coming at me. Keep coming at me, Spiderlings. Let's go again. Who's next? Who else wants a chunk of the Cupidus? As I say, if anything, we're doing too much damage right now. Venus is dead. And you're probably like, the run's over. Run's over. Venus is dead. Doesn't matter. Venus dead still gives me my retaliation hits. I still get them. Come at me. She's dead. We don't even care that she's dead. We're still doing it. We're still going. Out comes the burns. We're still going. Obviously, you can weak hit because we're negative affinity here. What have you got, Spiderlings? I'm not afraid of any of you. What more can you do to me? Try and come at me. Every one of you. Come on. What more have you got? Has a heal up again. That's fine. We're going to retaliate. Gets our health back to full. You're the fool. Get a bit of a smack in. It's going to be weak because we don't have any damage in this build. And away we go again. So obviously we've got no burnout yet. We've got to wait for that burn to come back. Doesn't matter though. We'll just keep chunking away with any War Master hits that we can. There's one there. Nice 60-odd K hits. There's the burn. And then this should be pretty much job done. So look. Is this the best use for him with such a crazy build and all that type of stuff? Maybe not. But there's definitely like application of this for people that are struggling with Spider or people that want like a two-man team or something like that. There's definitely ways that we can make this work. And it's like a fun alternative to somebody that has just become one of the most crazy legendaries in the game. So there you go, guys. Cupidus got a massive buff. And for me now, absolutely top tier in a number of areas of the game. I've been Hell Hades. I'll see you later.